Howdy, partners. Gather round the campfire and dust off your spurs, because we're diving headfirst into a rootin' tootin' tale straight from the heart of the Wild West. Picture this, the sun-baked badlands of Arizona in the 1870s, where the law's as thin as a coyote's howl, and justice rides on the barrel of a six-shooter. I've spun a yarn inspired by classic Western legends full of gun-slinging action, forbidden love, and secrets buried deeper than a miner's shaft. If you're hankering for drama, that'd make Hollywood jealous. Think showdowns at high noon, chases through cactus-strewn canyons, and hearts racing faster than a stagecoach getaway, then you're in the right saloon. Before we mosey into the story, hit that like button. If you're ready for the ride, drop a comment with your favorite Western flick, or what you do in a dusty duel, and share this with your trail buddies so they don't miss out. All right, saddle up. Let's hit the trail. Flames danced like devils in the Arizona twilight, devouring the old adobe cabin atop Crimson Ridge. From his hiding spot behind a jagged boulder a half-mile off, Jasper Thorne watched through his battered brass telescope, his sun-leathered face showing no more emotion than a granite cliff. Only the faint clench of his jaw betrayed the rage simmering inside, hotter than the desert sands at noon. "They aim to scorch us out," he muttered, his voice gravelly from years of solitary whispers to the wind. "But fire ain't what scares me most." He folded the telescope and turned to the woman hunkered beside him. Amelia Voss's auburn hair was caked with dried blood from the gash on her arm, her once fine calico dress ripped and muddied from days on the lam. Yet her eyes burned fierce, matching the steel in Jasper's own stare. "What's our play now?" she asked, grimacing as she shifted. Jasper's gaze softened just a mite at her wound. "We survive," he said plain, "then we hit back." He stole one last glance at the blazing cabin before tucking the telescope into his duster. "But first, reckon I ought to tell you how this dust-up started." 3 days prior, the morning air in the Arizona Badlands nipped at Jasper's lungs like a scorpion's sting, carrying the sharp scent of creosote and sagebrush that had become more kin to him than the acrid bite of black powder ever was. 7 years in this forsaken stretch had scraped most of the war off his hide, though the memories clung like burrs. The Arizona Territory sprawled out indifferent, a vast sea of red rock and thorny mesquite that swallowed men whole. Jasper knelt by the trickle of a creek near his cabin, splashing the icy water on his face. At 46, the crow's feet round his eyes had deepened and silver-threaded his black hair, but his moves were still sharp as a Bowie knife, the habits of a fellow who'd once hunted outlaws for bounty gold. Back at the cabin, his daily ritual waited. Every dawn since claiming this forsaken spot in 1871, Jasper pulled the firing pin from his Henry repeater, sliding it into a weathered oak box beside a faded daguerreotype of a woman with gentle eyes and a little girl with her mama's grin. It was his atonement, his vow. No more killing, no more chasing shadows for silver. The coyote traps he'd set came up empty again. Jasper scowled, noting how game had thinned out lately. Might be time to head down to Silverton for grub. As he gathered his snares, a thin plume of smoke caught his eye rising from his cabin. He hadn't left no fire burning. His hand drifted to his hip, where a peacemaker would have hung in days gone by. Finding only faded denim, he gripped his hunting knife instead and ghosted through the scrub boots, silent as a puma's pad on the parched earth. Cresting the ridge overlooking his spread, Jasper froze. The sight hit like a gut shot. A woman dangled from the cabin's peaked roof, her auburn locks cascading down, arms wrenched back in agony. Her boots barely skimmed the door where scorched letters branded a hateful scrawl, "Redskin Sweetheart." Jasper scanned the surrounding canyons, eyes narrow as slits. No immediate threat showing, he edged forward, knife ready. The woman's face was battered, breath ragged, but there. As he reached to cut the ropes binding her wrists, Jasper spotted a small brand on her inner arm, a stylized V woven with a prickly pear cactus. His blood turned to ice. The Voss family mark. The Vosses were cattle kings and land barons whose empire rose on the bones of Navajo and Apache tribes cleared from the borderlands. Elias Voss, the clan patriarch, was whispered to have bankrolled vigilante posses hell-bent on wiping the natives clean off the map. The Voss name echoed with fear and awe across Arizona and beyond. It was also a name Jasper Thorne had sworn to etch into his soul forever, for reasons buried deeper than that firing pin in his box. A faint groan slipped from the woman's lips. Whatever her kin, she needed aid pronto. Jasper sliced her free, catching her weight as she slumped. She fell against him out cold but breathing. As he hauled her inside, a distant crack froze him solid, the unmistakable bark of a rifle echoing through the arroyo. Someone was prowling these badlands, and Jasper doubted it was for Javelina. Moving quick, he grabbed bandages, jerky water ammo for a rifle that couldn't spit lead, and carried her to a hidden overhang near a seeping spring half a mile away. It was just a rock shelter, buttressed with mesquite, but it'd keep him out of sight while he sized up the mess, laying her on a bed of dried yucca. Jasper eyed her features. Beneath the bruises and grit, there was a polish to her high cheekbones, speaking of easy living. Her hands, scraped raw, lacked the calluses of frontier toil. If she was truly a Voss, what in tarnation was she doing strung up like a warning sign on his door? And why those particular words burned in? Through the afternoon, Jasper tended her hurts, whip marks on her back, rope, burns on wrists and ankles, a nasty slash along her scalp. Her duds, torn and bloodied, had been quality once, a riding skirt of fine cotton now ruined. As dusk painted the Badlands purple, her eyes fluttered open, emerald green like a hidden oasis in winter. Panic flashed as she clocked the stranger. She scooted back, breathing fast. "Easy now," Jasper said, palms up. "You're safe, ma'am." "Where am I?" Her voice was hoarse as sandpaper. "My hideout. Found you dangling from my cabin about 6 hours back." Horror dawned in her eyes as memory hit. She glanced at her bandaged wrist, then back to him. "Who are you?" "Jasper Thorne. This here's my ridge, more or less." At his name, her eyes widened like a spooked Mustang. She pressed against the rock wall. "Thorne," she breathed. The shadow Jasper's rep had trailed him then. In the war, and for years after Jasper the Shadow Thorne had been a nightmare to outlaws, his knack for tracking through hellish terrain, earning him the moniker and blood on his boots. "That was ages ago," he said flat. "I don't hunt no more." Her gaze darted to the entrance, calculating escape odds, though she could scarcely sit. "Ain't nowhere to run for 20 miles, he warned, "and whoever trusts you up might still be lurking." "Why help me?" Suspicion edged her tone. "You know who I am." He nodded at her arm. "Reckon you're a Voss, don't know which." She touched the brand absent-mindedly. "Amelia," she said at last. "Amelia Voss, Elias's daughter." Jasper passed her a canteen, which she took after a beat. "Sip slow, then tell me why someone would string up Elias Voss's kin and brand her a redskin sweetheart." Amelia drank, then eyed him sharp. "Maybe for the same reason they scorched those words on your door, Mr. Thorne. They know it's the one scar neither of us can outrun." Before Jasper could probe, Amelia lunged for his knife belt with surprising speed. For a heartbeat, he figured she aimed to gut him, but she turned the blade to her own throat. He moved like lightning, grabbing her wrist and twisting till the knife clattered free. She fought fierce, clawing his face, kicking wild. "Let me end it," she screamed, voice cracking. "I won't go back. Won't let him take me again." Jasper pinned her arms gentle-like, mindful of her wounds. "Ain't nobody taking you nowhere," he said firm. "And you ain't dying today." Her fight ebbed, turning to shaken sobs from some shattered place deep inside. Jasper let go, careful, snatching the knife out of reach. "They'll come," she whispered when words returned, "and they'll plug you for aiding me." "Let 'em try," Jasper replied, the shadow of his old self flickering across his craggy face. "Now rest. We'll jaw more when you're mended." That night, as Amelia dozed fitful under Mesquite T's spell, Jasper sat outside stargazing over the Badlands. The Voss brand on her arm burned in his mind like those words on his door. Of all the folks fate could drop on his threshold, it picked Elias Voss's daughter, the man whose signature graced orders that slaughtered peaceful Navajo camps, orders that shattered Jasper's world forever. He stared at his scarred hands, recalling times they'd been slick with blood, some deserved, some innocent. Some stains soap couldn't scrub, debts time couldn't pay. Inside, Amelia murmured in sleep words in a tongue not English. The fluid cadence was Navajo to Jasper's ear. Elias Voss's daughter speaking Navajo in fever dreams. Strangest twist yet in this loco day. The moon climbed silver in the saguaros. Somewhere in the shadows men hunted. For the first time in 7 years, Jasper felt old instincts stir, not to stalk, but to shield. Whatever Amelia Voss had done to earn such reckoning, He'd hear her tale 'fore judging. After all, he knew better than most how tangled truth got in these badlands. Amelia stirred next morning to coffee brewing over a smokeless fire. Her aches throbbed, but her head cleared. She found Jasper outside, back to her tending the flames. In daylight, she sized him up, tall, lean, from hard living, black hair streaked silver, tied with rawhide. His garb was practical buckskin pants, wool shirt worn, but mended. Only his eyes betrayed the legend, keen as a hawk's missing nothing. "How long was I out for yesterday?" she asked, voice stronger. "Found you midday. Woke at sundown." Jasper poured coffee into a tin mug. "No sugar, but it's hot." Amelia took it warm in her hands. "Thanks for everything." He nodded, settling on a rock across from her. "Time to talk, I reckon. Start with why Elias Voss's daughter ended up dangling from my cabin with Redskin's sweetheart branded on the door." Amelia sipped, gathering thoughts. When she spoke, her voice held steady, though hands trembled. "I'm not just Elias Voss's daughter, Mr. Thorne. I was a sawbones with the cavalry for 4 years." Jasper's brows lifted a hair. Her pa used connections to station her with the 9th Cavalry after med school, hoping it'd lead to a proper match. A wry smile twisted her lips. Instead, it made me question every lesson he drilled into me. "You doctored Navajo prisoners," Jasper guessed. She nodded. "And others. Blood's blood, suffering's suffering. Just folks far from home." She stared into the fire. One was different. Cale, framed for raiding a homestead. I knew he was clean. The wounds he tended in his camp matched the attack's tell. "You sprung him." "I am," Jasper said. Not a question. "Hanging at dawn. Couldn't let him string up an innocent." Her voice caught. "We lit out for the hills. Cale taught me his tongue, his ways. Lived peaceful near 2 years." Her face softened, then clouded. "Till they ambushed us. White riders, some from Pa's ranch. Cale died shielding me." Her fingers traced wrist burns. "Dragged me town to town for weeks. Called me traitor, witch, Redskin's sweetheart. Said I needed setting as an example." Her eyes met Jasper's fierce. "Left me on your cabin, 'cause everyone knows Jasper the Shadow. Thorne dropped more Navajo than most bounty men in the territories. Figured it'd rile you to hunt me yourself once you knew my name." The words hung heavy. Jasper's face stayed stone as he digested. "And now you know why I grabbed your knife," Amelia said soft. "Death's kinder than facing Pa or those buzzards again." Jasper eyed her long. "You know my past. Why spill it?" "Nothing left to lose," she said plain. "And when you cut me down instead of leaving me, that said something about who you are now." Silence settled like dust. A roadrunner cried in the distance, echoing over the arroyo. "Why'd you quit?" Amelia asked. "The huntin'." Jasper rose sudden. "Rest up, gotta check for trackers." He vanished into the scrub, for she could press moving silent as his old moniker. Amelia watched him go, wondering what phantoms dogged the man once called the Shadow. Jasper circled his claim, wide, scouting for sign. The varmints who'd left Amelia hadn't hid their tracks. 4 horses shod, heavy like cavalry. They'd come from the south toward Silverton. He found casings on the eastern rim, the shots he'd heard after finding her. Warning shots likely to draw eyes to their message. The gall of it boiled his blood more than the trespass. These coyotes feared no backlash, expected no law dogging him. By noon, he figured no immediate threat. Back at the shelter, Amelia was rebinding her own wounds, face pale. "Let me," he said, taking the strips from a shaken hands. She turned, letting him at the lashes on her back. As Jasper worked gentle, despite rough pause, Amelia spoke. "You didn't answer. Why quit hunting?" His hands paused, then resumed. "Lost the stomach for it." The fearsome Shadow just up and lost his taste. Skepticism colored her words. Campfire tales paint a different picture. Tales grow taller than the tellers. Jasper finished and stepped back, face shuddered. Amelia noted the scar at his collar, the limp in his step, remnants of old violence. "I need to fix you a better spot than this overhang." Jasper changed tack. "Old prospector's shack a half-mile west. Left it years back, but walls are sound." "Why bother for me? I'm a Voss." Jasper met her eyes square. "Out here, you're just Amelia. I don't judge by a pa's sins." Something unspoken passed a nod to shared exile. Both outcasts cut from old lives by hard choices. "Can you walk?" he asked. She nodded, rising slow. "Lead on, Mr. Thorne." "Jasper," he corrected. "Mr. Thorne died in the war." The shack was a one-room affair with a stone hearth nestled in Ocotillo with good sightlines on the trail. While Amelia rested, Jasper made it livable, patching roof, sweeping dust, building a pallet of yucca and blankets. By evening, fire crackled and venison stew bubbled. Amelia watched, grateful, offering tips but saving strength. As they ate, she saw Jasper glance into the door, tense as a coiled rattler. "Expecting company?" she asked. He nodded. "Men who did that to you don't just vamoose." "I should skedaddle, ain't your fight." "Wasn't yours till they made it." Jasper set his bowl down. "Besides, safer here than anywhere." Amelia's face darkened. "Nowhere's safe for me now, not after Kyle." She paused. "Ever have someone you'd die for, Jasper?" The question landed heavy. His eyes flicked to his saddlebag where she glimpsed the oak box. "Yeah," he said at last, "and they died for me." Before she could dig, Jasper stood. "Got a scout 'fore dark. Rest. I'll return." Outside, the evening cooled, carrying autumn's bite. Jasper patrolled, but his mind lingered on Amelia's query. Nightmares had worsened since finding her, flashes of inferno screams waking him sweating. Lena's face contorted in terror, little Clara's hand reaching through smoke. The instant he spotted the insignia on the raider's coat, same as his own bounties. 7 years alone had dulled the edges, but Amelia sharpened them raw. Back at the shack, Amelia slept peaceful, like the hardness melting to reveal a woman's scarce 30 life ripped by forces beyond reckoning. Jasper took watch by the door, a repeater across knees fire and pin still boxed. As embers glowed, he recalled Lena's voice in another shack long ago. "Always a choice, Jasper, even when it feels like none, especially then." He hadn't grasped it till too late. Amelia's mending went steady over 3 days, her doc know-how guiding Jasper's herb lore from tracking days, filling gaps. They settled into wary routines, sharing the shack but keeping distance. On the fourth morn, she found him skinning a jackrabbit outside, moves precise. She watched, struck by his hand's duality, capable of killing or kindness. "Gotta ask something," she said blunt. Jasper glanced up. "When clearing space, I put a repeater under the floor, missing its firing pin." His knife stilled. "Not a question." "Why keep a hog leg, you crippled on purpose?" he resumed. "Reminder." "Of what?" Jasper set the knife down, meeting her eyes. "A promise I made." She waited. After a spell, he continued. "Post-war, I bounty hunted. Some deserved it, killers, rustlers. Others just on the wrong side of paymasters." His tone was fact, no boast or shame. "Got too good. Started seeing folks as bounties, not men." He looked at his hands. 7 years back, buried that pin with something dear. Vowed no more lives. Yet you kept the gun." A faint smile. "Some vows harder than others." Amelia pondered. "The men who strung me won't share your qualms." "No," he agreed, "they won't." "How will you defend us then?" "Ways to fight without killing." Jasper picked up the knife. "Ain't forgotten all from before." She nodded, accepting for now. As she turned inside, his voice stopped her. "Why sawbones?" Surprised by the personal jab. "To men not maim. Pa built his spread by breaking others. I wanted different." Jasper nodded. "Solid reason." That night, sharing stew by the fire, Amelia noted Jasper's fidget. His eyes kept straying to the window. "What is it?" "Storm brewing," he said, nodding at the gathering clouds. Thunder grumbled, distant wind howling round the eaves like banshees. Amelia shivered. "Nights are worst, dreams come." Jasper understood. "What haunts yours?" "Kale mostly." "The raid." Her fingers twisted fabric. "Hear him calling in Navajo, but flames block me." Lightning cracked light in the shack stark. In that flash, Amelia saw shared pain in Jasper's eyes, quick masked. "You know it too," she pressed. "The nightmares." Silence stretched. Finally, fire. Always fire. Voices I couldn't save. The admission cost him. Amelia reached across, hand hovering near his. "Who, Jasper? Who couldn't you save?" Thunder boomed, rattling timbers. Rain hammered the roof like lead. The storm raged outside and within. Jasper rose, securing shutters. Amelia sensed evasion. She didn't push respect in his walls. As Wan shrieked, seeking cracks, Amelia said, "Reminds me of nights in the Navajo hills." Kale said storms were sky spirits dancing. Jasper glanced. "You speak their lingo well." She smiled faint. Kale taught patient, said I had the ear. Her look turned thoughtful. Beautiful tongue words for how things connect, not just what they are. "Say ye be," Jasper said, sudden pronunciation spot on. Amelia's eyes bugged. "You speak Navajo." He looked away, regretting the slip. "Picked up bits tracking." "No, that's fluent. The stars are emerging." "Perfect." Jasper's silent face unreadable in firelight. "You hunted Navajo for bounty," Amelia said slow, "but you speak like one who lived among them." Fire popped, filling quiet. Outside storm lashed like thrown gravel. "Complicated," Jasper said at last. "I'm Elias Voss's daughter, loving a Navajo warrior hiding with the infamous shadow. I get complicated." A reluctant grin tugged his lip. "Fair." He stared flames. Was a scout for Bountaian. Army paid to learn the language, customs to think like him, fight like him. Became more, Amelia guessed. He nodded. Hard to learn a people's words without seeing their humanity. Lightning flashed. Thunder instant. Storms hard overhead. Shack groaned under assault. "Yet you hunted him after," Amelia said, careful no accusation. "Hunted all Navajo white Mexican. Told myself it was justice." What changed? Jasper's eyes held ancient hurt. Everything. For she could reply, a sharp snap cut the air, not thunder but branch breaking near. Jasper on feet to window silent. "Stay low," he whispered, peering through shutter crack. Amelia held breath, straining over storm. Nothing but wind and rain, then faint a horse whinny. "Company," Jasper confirmed, snuffing the lamp. Darkness swallowed the shack, broke by lightning and cold glow. Amelia's heart pounded. "The men who took me can't tell." Jasper grabbed his knife-eyed floorboards where Repeater hid. With grimace, he slipped out, door closed and silent. Alone, Amelia crept to window, squinting through rain. Lightning showed empty, clearing trees, whipping. No Jasper. Minutes dragged like hours, thunder jolting her. She wished he'd taken the repeater pin, or no, it'd make a club. Sudden pounding at door made her gasp. "Amelia, open!" Jasper's voice urgent. She unbarred, admitting a drenched Jasper supporting an old coot equally soaked. They staggered in water pooling. "Who?" Amelia started. "Light the lamp. He needs fixin'." Light revealed a geezer in his 70s, white mane, wild beard matching. His trapper garb plastered thin frame. Blood-mixed rainwater on his brow gash. "Silas Hawthorne," he chattered, settling by fire. "Sorry for dropping in, but figured Jasper'd want the word I'm carrying quick." "What happened your head?" Amelia asked, dock mode kicking as she probed. "Branch whacked me when horse spooked. Darn storm hit fast." Jasper toweled him, stock and fire. "What word, Silas?" Silas eyed Amelia sharp, despite hurt. "Private, maybe." "She hears," Jasper firm. "Concerns her too, I bet." Silas arched brow but sipped coffee, Amelia offered. "Slade's back," he said blunt. "And he's hunting." Jasper stilled. "Sure. Saw him in Silverton yesterday. 5 hard cases with him offering 400 for word on a traitor gal harbored in these badlands." His gaze shifted Amelia. "Didn't take much to figure who, specially after talk about the Voss gal spread." Amelia's hand shook, cleaning his wound. "Colonel Harlan Slade," she said, controlled. Silas nodded. "The one. You know him." "By rep by," Amelia tight. "Led campaigns against Navajo while I was with the 9th. Methods brutal, even for frontier." "Understatement," Silas grim. "Man hates Navajo like poison. Calls him a blight to scrub." Jasper window checked. "How long for they search the ridges?" "Already are reckon. Storm slows, but Slade don't let weather stop when he's scented." Silas pressed bandage. "Something else, Jasper. Slade's saying you two served together. Claims you owe him from saving your hide at Bitter Springs." Jasper's jaw twitched. "That's true." Amelia glanced between sense and history. "You know him personal." "Knew him," Jasper corrected. "Long ago." Silas drained his mug. "He's calling that debt. Says you'll join his hunt once you know who he's after." "He's wrong," Jasper flat. "Figured, but thought you should know. Slade don't take no easy, specially from debtors. Amelia finished bandaging mind whirling. Why think you'd help? Knows your rep changed. Silas grinned grim. That's it, miss. In Slade's head, the shadow ain't changed, just hold up. Counts on waking what made you feared across territories. He'll be let down, Jasper quiet. Hope so. Silas rose shaky. Storm's easing. Best head back, for they knowed I'm gone. Riding tonight, Amelia concerned. Wound needs rest. Safer if I'm not found here. Silas patted her hand. Heal quick for an old buzzard. Jasper agreed. Right. Better Slade don't know we were tipped. He helped Silas coat. South trail, longer less seen. As Silas left gripping Jasper's arm. Watch your back, son. Slade's hunting ghosts too. After Silas vanished into drizzle and rain, silence weighed heavy. Amelia tidied supplies tense. Didn't say you knew Slade. Didn't know he was in till now, Jasper barred door. Wouldn't matter. Matters if he thinks you owe life, Amelia countered. Matters if he uses it to rally against me. Jasper faced her grave. Silas hypes. Served same unit brief. Pulled me from fix once. That's it. Ain't all, Amelia said. What ain't you tellin' why sure you joined silence rain pattern? When Jasper spoke low. 'Cause he was there when I started bountying. Suggested it. His gaze haunted. 'Cause he knows what made me the shadow. Lightning distant lit the room long enough for Amelia to spot paper poking from Jasper's duster, yellow document with partial insignia. She knew Colonel Harlan Slade's military seal from cavalry days marking brutal orders. What's that? She nodded. Jasper tucked it deep. Nothing now. Amelia wanted to press, but his stance warned off. Whatever tied Jasper Thorne and Harlan Slade ran deeper than life debt, and that paper was part. We should sleep, Jasper said, ending it. Storms pass, but tomorrow needs sharp eyes. Slade won't wait. Amelia nodded, reluctant settling in. As she watched him chair by door, she felt the storm outside was just prelude to one brewing round him. In darkness, Jasper's words echoed. Complicated. Understatement for both. Morn brought blue skies, deceptive peace to the Badlands. Jasper was gone when Amelia woke, coffee warming by coals. She found him scouting perimeter moves, expectant. Need to talk about Slade, she said direct. Nothing to jaw. Ain't simple. Knows these Badlands near as you. Men resources vendetta against Navajo sides. Aware. Aware he targeted KL's camp, ordered the hit that killed my love. Amelia's voice tight. Ain't it just about me being Amelia Voss's rebel kin? Slade's has waged private war on Navajo years. Jasper absorbed. Why him? Amelia shook head. Rumors say lost kin and raid decades back. Others say he needs foes to matter. She eyed him. But you knew him. What's your take? Shadow crossed Jasper's face. Slade I knew was dedicated trooper, hard but square. Whatever he's now, stranger. Amelia unsatisfied but for pressing. Jasper switched. Gotta check traps, grab supplies. Prepare to move fast. He nodded shack. Loose board by hearth, pistol hid there. Works fine. Amelia brow raised. Thought no working irons. Repeater's vow. Pistols practical. As he geared, Amelia worried. Still ain't spilled all about Slade. Jasper paused at clearing edge. No, he quiet. Blunked. Then melted into scrub. Amelia watched frustration mix in fear. Whatever secrets Jasper Thorne held tangled with her fate in the manhunt in him. With sight of awe, she turned back. If he wouldn't spill, maybe she'd uncover. Hearthboard lifted easy, revealing pistol and oak box. Conscience warred with need. Necessity won. Box held 3 fire and pin faded photo folded letter. Photo showed woman with kind eyes holding girl of 5 child smile gap-toothed. Both frontier garb mother's hair pinned daughters, Sam. Daughters free. Amelia's throat tightened Jasper's lost family. Almost closed, box feeling intruder. But letter corner caught eye Jasper's handwriting. Name on fold, Amelia Voss. Fingers trembling, she unfolded. Draft from 7 years back crossed words. Voss, by time you read, I'll be beyond reach. But know I have proof of your role in Red Canyon Massacre, including Slade's orders with your sign authorizing attack on peaceful camp despite treaties. Letter detailed evidence of coordinated hit on Navajo village Red Canyon 7 years prior, sanctioned by Elias Voss, executed under Slade in violation of pacts. Amelia's mind spun. Elias Voss, her pa. If true, he ordered attack killing Jasper's wife and daughter. But letter unsent draft hidden with mementos. Fingers brushed silver pendant, Navajo marriage symbol. Final piece, Jasper's wife Navajo. Peaceful camp her home, pa and Slade responsible. Footsteps made her hurry replace board down. Jasper entered with rabbits. One look at her face. Found the box. She nodded. Sorry, needed to know. He set rabbits closed door deliberate. And do you why? Your wife Navajo. Pa ordered attack killing her and daughter. Jasper's jaw tight. Lena from Red Canyon. Met scoutin'. Clara was 5. Never sent letter. Never exposed Pa and Slade. What'd change? Dead stay dead. More'd follow if I sparked war. Amelia reconciled. So he vanished hermit in Badlands. After burying him, tracked raiders. Found Slade. Had him in sights hour. Why not? Lena'd hate what I'd become. Simple. Buried pin with her left Badlands, tried forgetting. But returned. Nowhere else fit or wrong enough. Amelia absorbed enormity settling, sheltered by man, with cause to hate her, see Pa in her face. Why help after what Pa did? You ain't him, Jasper firm, as I ain't the shadow. 4 reply rifle crack, bullet thud in wall. Down, Jasper yanked her. They found us. So voice from scrub, cold confident. Thorne know you're in there. Send the Voss gal, end peaceful. Amelia chilled. Knew that voice from outpost, seen results in broken bodies. Colonel Harlan Slade found him. Stormy Silas warned breaking at last. How many? Amelia whispered. Pressed wall. Jasper peered shutter crack. 3 visible. Slade 2 more. Likely others in scrub. Shot splintered, frame near Jasper's head. He ducked it, pulling Amelia deeper. I know you hear, Thorne, Slade called lay. Gal's traitor to her kind and kin. Elias Voss wants daughter back alive, but he'll take corpse if that's what you leave. Amelia hardened at Pa's mention. Sent Slade to finish. Seems. Jasper to hearth, pride board grab pistol. Moves fluid old habit. Said no killing. Amelia quiet. Said no taking lives, don't mean no defending yours. He handed pistol. 6 slugs. Make count. Amelia took it, grim hand steady. Cavalry taught her irons, though not for killing. Slade called 5 minutes or we torch with you inside. Choice old pard. Jasper's jaw set it pard. To back trapdoor under rug, root cellar escape tunnel. Old prospector, paranoid bout raids. You want me run? Want you live. Tunnel 50 yards out behind Mesquite North. Head east high mesa. Caves to hole up. And you boy, buy time. Amelia shook head. Not leaving you alone. Fight's ours. Ain't debate. Slade want us you. You lose either by him, before reply. Torch, whoosh, Slade's laugh for him. Time's up, Shadow. Hope you're flame-proof. Jasper darkened. Go now. Amelia torn but decided swift. Grabbed arm. Another way. Pa's name carries clout. Confront Slade, demand authority. So doubt. Suicide. Not if challenge public. His men follow thinking Pa backs. Doubt that. These ain't men for law talk. But for coin and power, Pa's both. She squeezed. Trust me. Options, slim footsteps near. All right. Together, first sign, bad you run. No arguing. Amelia nodded. Jasper to window. Slade, voice carried authority of old. Lady wants parley. Silence. Send her unarmed. You stay. No, both or none. Pause. Fine. Hands up. Weapons, we fire. Jasper to Amelia. Last chance tunnel. Done running. Grim nod, Jasper unbarred. They stepped porch at hands raised. Amelia tucked pistol back, waistband hidden. Colonel Harlan Slade stood 20 paces, flanked by 2 hard cases, rifles aimed. Slade cut imposing figure, tall, broad, salt pepper beard, trim posture, rigid as cavalry saber at hip. Eyes ice blue, cold as canyon spring. Assessed, Amelia shifted Jasper. The shadow lives. Slade conversational. Long time. Not long enough. Slade's mouth quirked. Still grudge holdin'. Thought we'd reminisce. Gaze to Amelia. Miss Voss Pa sends regards. Doubt it. Disowned me 3 years back when I doctored cavalry, stead marryin' his banker pick. Minds change when honor's stained. Slade twirled torch. Specially consorting with savages. Treated wounded oathbound. If that's consortin', you misread dock work. Ain't debatin' morals. Voice hardened. Orders returned to Pa's ranch. How's up to you? Show orders. Slade frowned. What? If Pa sent official documentation, letter at least, show signature. Amelia stepped forward. Prove his authority, not your grudge. Unease flickered Slade masked. Arrangements private. Convenient. Like stringing me on Thorne's cabin man you knew from Army. Almost planned. Riflemen glanced uncertain. Jasper pressed. Men looked puzzled, Harlan. Told him who really ordered Red Canyon or why Elias Voss might not want tales reaching governor. Slade darkened. Careful, Thorne. Some ghosts stay buried. Agree. Ride out, forget this. Tension crackled. Amelia held breath seconds, deciding life or death. Slade's men wavered, rifles dropping slight. Then Slade smiled cold. Clever words, Thorne, but forgot one. Gaze to trees. Never ride with just two. Shot from left forest echoing. Jasper shoved Amelia as bullet whizzed. They tumbled porch as more shots splintered wood. Tunnel go, Jasper dragged to door. They scrambled in bullets thudding. Jasper barred, flung rug yanked trap door. Narrow ladder to dark, Amelia descended. Jasper grabbed his supply bag. Outside, Slade barked orders surrounding. Cellar cool earthy, tunnel north low. Stay close, Jasper whispered, hand finding hers. Straight, but roots trip. They hurried, bent air musty. Behind shouts, boots and shack trap door soon found. Tunnel endless in black. Then Jasper stopped. Here. Pushed its soil ceiling hatch, camouflaged with scrub. Daylight filtered, forest scent. Jasper hoisted up, helped Amelia. Emerged behind mesquite as said. Shouts from shack said escape known. They'll track Jasper grim scanning. Slade's good. Cave, you said, half-mile climb rough but slows 'em. They set off brisk, stickin' thickets. Jasper's silent efficiency. Amelia following, thankful for Kale's hill. Months toughening her. Higher scrub thinned, exposing. Jasper led through arroyo for yards, stepping rocks to hide tracks. Air cooled as sun climbed, shadows sharp among cholla. How Slade find so quick? Amelia asked, pausing canteen. Silas, had to be. The old coot who warned why betray, not willin'. Jasper grim. Slade caught returnin', figured he'd been here. Amelia paled. Think he. Silas tough, but old. Slade wouldn't need much to loosen tongue. Jasper capped. Keep moving. Ascent rugged granite juts, loose gravel, treacherous. Amelia's wounds protested, but she pushed no and stop meant capture. Cave entrance near invisible fissure in cliff obscured by creosote. Jasper cleared branches opening wide enough sideways. Minehead ducked in. Amelia followed into spacious cavern. Light through ceiling cracks, floor flat, fire pit back with natural vent. Used this before, she noted. Jasper nodded, dropping bag. Hunt shelter. Good for storms or trouble. He built smokeless fire from dry twigs. Amelia explored, finding cache jerky blankets, ammo med kit. Kept stocked after quitting hunting. Jasper didn't look from fire. Old habits. Or never believed you'd left it. Sharp glance. Meanin', Amelia knelt. Hidden pistol cave tunnel. Preparing for this year's. Jasper sat back, fire catching. In Badlands, preparations survival. More, waiting past to catch, for Slade. Silence, fire dancing shadows on craggy face. Low, after Lena and Clara gathered proof on raiders. Not kill, but testimonies for justice. Purpose? Thought governor'd investigate. Bitter smile. Learned that he was in 2 mining stake in Red Canyon. Doors slammed. Gave up. Drank heavy. Took bad bounties. One night, Silverton Saloon saw a mirror. Didn't know the man. So back here. Nodded. Buried pin with Lena. Built shack, tried forgetting. Failed. Twilight deepened as they sat companionable. Amelia's presence felt right, like old trails known. Rest for night, Jasper suggested, noting her droop. Wake hour. She settled light sleep of peril. Jasper watched thoughts on mission. Voss Ranch sprawled stone hacienda, outbuildings, stables, bunkhouses for hands. Breaking in, tough finding journal, escaping undetected, needed luck and skill. And Slade would follow or ambush twilight to dark stars winking. Jasper woke her. Full dark, moon late, good for sneaking. They gathered, descended, careful to Voss Ranch North. Lights glowed through scrub oil lamps, electric flickers, Elias's modern flaunt. Amelia led vantage, overlooking. Layout main house, center stables west, hands east grounds, tended little cover. Study ground floor north, pointed curtained window. Journal and desk locked. No key hide. Guards, Jasper scanned. 2 main gate, more patrolling tonight. Amelia studied lantern moves. But servant's door, this side rarely watched. To kitchen, then hall. Cross open how, pointed shrubs from tree line near house. Pause prize, prickly pear imported fancy. Covered a close sprint door. Jasper impressed. Thought this before. Faint smile. Planned escapes years 4 leaving. No weaknesses. Watched patrols half-hour time in 7 minutes north gap. Moved during laps using pair for cover. Thorne snagged but reached end. 20 yards open to door. Mark, Jasper whispered as guard rounded. Go. Sprint, Amelia lead. Door unlocked, servants, smokes or trysts. Kitchen dark, warm from stove. Through silent, Amelia navigated memory. Swinging door to hall, single sconce dim. This way mouthed frontward. Froze at voices near. No hide in hall. Jasper pulled to alcove with armor suit press in shadows. 2 hands passed for snack. Continued urgent. Longer inside, higher discovery risk. Hall opened, grand foyer staircase, sweep trophies, deer javelina, bear snarling over hearth. Across study door. Amelia listened, no sign Elias awake. Cross carpet, silent. Door locked, but Amelia wired hairpin click soft. Inside embodied Elias's power bookshelves with trophies, artifacts. Mahogany desk, center organized. Journal desk, whispered to it. Second drawer. Jasper secured door window, checked guards. Satisfied turned as Amelia picked lock. Changed, muttered frustrated. Different it. Open it. Concentration click after tense minute. God. Drawer held ledgers, leather book untitled. Goal. Amelia reached, froze as light flooded. Daughter timing impeccable as ever. Deep voice doorway. Though company disappoints. Elias Voss stood, hand on switch, other shotgun aimed Jasper's chest. Behind 2 armed hands blocked escape. Amelia rose slow, shock to defiance, facing pay first in 3 years. Elias commanding tall silver hair, groomed beard, trimmed smoking jacket over shirt. Father, acknowledged controlled. Expected us. Of course. Colonel Slade informed your likely aim when he returned evening. Surprised you attempted this folly. Gazed to Jasper. Infamous shadow. Heard much lately from Harlan, eager settle score. Where Slade, Jasper even despite shotgun. Tendon wound thanks daughter's aim. Elias amused. Disappointed misarrival. Reunite soon, Jasper dry. Elias gestured shotgun. Away desk, hands visible. Complied, Amelia's eyes on journal open drawer. Seeking Red Canyon proof, Elias noted. Still painting pa monster. Know what you did. Ordered Slade on those folks, Jasper's family. Flicker in Elias's eyes, calculation. Secured territory, future civilization where savagery ruled. Murdered innocents for land, Jasper flat. Elias assessed cool. Secured resources, your wife child caught regrettable, but your choice mixing blood. Jasper fist clenched, aware shotgun guards. Now father, Amelia hard. Cleansing to hide crimes. Explain bodies to authorities. Elias smiled thin. No bodies? Shadow mad from grief ended self in ridge cabin. Tragic unsurprising. And me, lost years back, abandoned in heritage for savages. Body never found, wilderness victim. Cold efficiency chilled. Businessman eliminating problems. Won't work. Amelia uncertain. Folks know headed here. Marshal Hayes investigating border disputes, 2 days ride. Elias finished. By return, evidence gone, witnesses paid silent. Gestured guards. Take to Old Line Shack North Range. Unseen. Guards advanced one rifle on Jasper, other rope for binding. As reached Amelia's wrist haul, commotion shouts boots. Elias turns slight, shotgun wavering. Opening. Jasper lunged, knocking barrel up. Blast wide, driving Elias back into frame, dislodging gun. Guards reacted, but Amelia swung saber from wall display, a arc forcing back. Jasper tossed lamp base, caught one-handed subduing Elias. Blow to temple, Elias crumpled bloody. Saber to guard throat. Drop. Second flank, but Jasper threatened base. Wouldn't. Standoff, broken by doorway figure, Silas Hawthorne bruised eye-swollen revolver, steady. Just in time for hoedown. Aimed guards. Drop rifles, boys. Old and itchy trigger. Guards complied. Silas, Amelia exclaimed. How? No time. Place crawling Voss men. Slade stir in frenzy. Jasper bound Elias curtain cord. Amelia grabbed journal tuck shirt. Back door, Silas directed hurting guards ahead. Horses at north pasture. Moved swift commotion, drawing staff front path clear. What happened you? Jasper asked Kitchen. Thought Slade plugged. Silas grimaced. Close. Caught trail back. Roughed for your hideout. Pride gleamed. Didn't squeal. Escape. Brought here, Voss thought better luck. Underestimated old friends. Kitchen gal slipped knife stable boy, horse spot. Servants' door listen. Clear Silas out cautious. Men searching grounds, fast. Amelia to guards. Pantry. Secured trio shadows to pasture. Nearly fence wind shout. Run bullets kicking dirt. Horses tethered oak beyond fence. Vaulted, sprinted. Amelia mounted first Silas with Jasper's help on roan that snorted at gunfire. Wheeled open, gallop in dark as shots followed. Rode hard hour distancing, for slowing. Clearing assessed. Supplies bags, Silas. Food ammo med kit. Thought all, Amelia grateful. Help from Hayes. Suspicious Voss years, building case quiet testimonies scared folks. Jasper sharp. Hayes sent you. Silas nodded. After Slade's hunting party, Hayes smelled big. Asked watch report odd. Lady Doc running from pay with shadow qualified. Why not say Amelia? Test sides first. Now, Jasper. Silas softened. Know you're right and all wrong, like Hayes, like me. Amelia pulled journal fingers on leather. This helps if what I think. Look, Jasper. Silas lantern low. Entries decade Elias's hand. Amelia scanned dates. Found Red Canyon face paled. All here. Mine deals payoffs officials. Orders Slade remove obstacles. Met Jasper's issues. Names, dates, sums. Jasper read damning words cold on village destruction. More. Amelia later pages. Kale's camp my tie. Voice caught. Orders Slade eliminate savage return daughter any means. Jasper jaw tight. Elias knew death for Kyle, possibly her. Pa's peace were, Silas quiet. Amelia closed. Not Pa anymore. Distant hoofbeats, Silas doused. Riders, half dozen. Slade, Jasper, pick trail. Move. Amelia mounted. Reach Hayes for catch. Between us border, Silas. Can't outrun. Jasper decided. Split. Amelia journal, southeast with Silas. Find Hayes. I'll lead away. No, Amelia immediate. Together. Right, Silas. Splits make easy pickings. Jasper shook. Slade wants me much as journal. Convincing trail follows me. Then Amelia. Face alone. Survive 7 years. No spots he won't. Hoof beats louder. Minutes. No argue. Jasper insistent. Silas reluctant. Nod. Word. Amelia eyes glistened. Won't leave. Must. Journal justice for Lena, Clara, Kale, all. Touched face. Go. Conflict plain, but logic won. Secured journal. 2 days. Not find us come back. Fair. Kissed. Swift. Fierce. Stay alive. Wheeled east with Silas. Jasper watched, vanished, turned west peaks. As road left trail, obvious broken twigs churned dirt cloth on thorn. Pursuit follow him given time. Dawn lightened as it reached rocky plateau. Dust below 6 riders hard. Dismounted padded roan. Partway's friend. Freed continued foot ravines, horses couldn't. Sunup heard shouts, found saddle. Increased pace network ravines known intimate. Midday reached narrow canyon walls, 100 feet sheer, hidden switchback west. Top cave shelter, defensible sight lines all. Climbed careful surveyed. Below Slade's men searched lost track on rock. Bought time. Retreated cave set alarms. Stones on branches clatter warning. Path funnel attackers. Revolver full. 6 shots discourage, avoid kill if possible. Lena'd want that. Afternoon movement below Lone Rider, slow no hide. Distinctive pinto slades from cabin. Dismounted bayside terrain spotted trail. Ascended confident. Jasper watched Slade favor an arm, but steady. Halfway, know you're up, shadow. No need drag game. Silent Jasper shifted. Slade fired toward voice miss. Taught you half track in Lena rest. Jasper called. Distract. Another shot. Patience, observation, respect, pray. Miss. Slade 3/4 final switchback. 4 left. Jasper calm. Slade paused, master in anger, advanced, cautious. Ledge before cave, Jasper, waitin' revolver aimed from boulder. Far enough. Slade froze assassin. So ends. Don't have to. Drop iron, walk down. Can't with journal out, Voss gal test of him. Over. Too many know Red Canyon Coyotes Village Voss orders your roll. Slade cold. Nothing over till I say. Built order progress. Won't let grievin' widower rebel daughter destroy. All massacre progress. History's march. Strong replace weak. You knew for Navajo woman clouded. Name Lena. Saw clear. Slade dismissive. History. Offer chance Thorne. Help find gal journal. Track skills unmatched. Safety pay. Jasper laughed bitter. Money to hunt Amelia. Way out alive. No, won't it help hurt more? Slade sighed. Expected. For old times. Hand to holster. Ends one way. Turn in. Testify against Voss. Redemption. Harsh laugh. Redemption. That's you. Atone failures. Couldn't save family. Now protect Vosses. Jasper no bait. Last chance. Walk. No, I can't. Drew fast. Shot echoed bullet near cheek. Jasper held. 5, 1 left. All need. Standoff time slow. Former pards divided years. Slade smiled genuine. Always better shot. Swung revolver aside. Click behind Jasper. Drop Thorne, Slade man scaled alternate rifle spine. No options, Jasper placed revolver ground. Man retrieved mercenary from cabin. Wise Slade. Live worth more, till find gal journal. Manacled. Evidence-ish anyway. No illusions Slade force track, but choice made. Not shadow again. Owed Lena that. Phew, what a wild western whirlwind, folks. From the scorched badlands of Arizona to heart-pounding showdowns and secrets unearthed like buried treasure, Jasper Thorne's tale of redemption, love, and justice against the ruthless tides of the 1870s frontier had us all riding the edge. Will the journal bring down the mighty? Does the shadow outrun his past? That's the beauty of these dusty legends. They linger like gun smoke in the air. If this yarn had you hollering for more, smash that like button, comment below with your thoughts on the twists or who you'd cast in a Hollywood flick, and share with your frontier friends so they can join the posse. Thanks a heap for moseying along on this adventure. Y'all make telling these tales worthwhile. Till next time, keep your powder dry and your hearts true. Adios.